Alright, welcome here to BBL Season 8. We are at the midway point of the season, and that means it's time for the All-Star break and the All-Star game. Tonight I am playing as the American League, the league where my primary team, the Melonheads, play. So the American League All-Stars taking on the National League All-Stars. This is always a purely exhibition match, just for fun. No stakes, and played at Parks Department number 2, the Classics, which combined with the general high caliber of power of the players usually nominated means a lot of home runs, and it resembles a home run derby often. So here's the AL All-Stars. Their 3 reserve players for this game, or bench players for this game, are Tim Hudson from the Mighty Tigers, who has a ridiculously inflated stat line this season, owing to being a 9th round pick on a team that has gotten a lot of power-ups in a season where power-ups can only be used by the 9th round player. And there's also Richie Sexton from the Minnesota Twins, another generally unremarkable player who I didn't care too much about playing with here. And if he had a super impressive first half of the season, I would consider taking him, but he really hasn't. I think he's had a couple of great moments, and that's been enough to make him the All-Star this time. I'm probably overperforming, but not so much that I felt a need to have him on this team. And then there's Jessica Wosterson from the Pittsburgh Pirates, who is boycotting the All-Star game after being left off the official starting lineup, and thus is unavailable. And in any case, there wasn't a huge need for a good but not amazing player like that. So as far as my configuration for the rest of the team, I did re-roll extensively for this until I didn't have any major bad days to mess things up. The final file I did end up with a running boost for Fred, Benson, as well as a batting boost for Jorge Garcia. That was just a happy byproduct. I'll have a similar pitcher-catcher setup that I do in my normal games, with Lindsay behind the plate and Jay Green's clone Lee away on the mound. As for everybody else, so Jennifer safely away at third, I think. We'll put all of our speedsters in the outfield. And yeah, Henri to A-Rod here. Now I'll put Jorge at first, or his arm, and then Henri and A-Rod should be a nice middle infield there. As far as the batting lineup, let's see. Lindsay definitely number 1. Stuart is a logical follow-up. I actually like the start of this lineup a whole lot. I'm definitely leaving all 4 of those in place. We'll put Goodfellow at the end of the lineup to just clean things up. Oh wait, well this looked good, but then Pete Wheeler's here. Okay. So many speedsters on this team. We have 5 different players who naturally have 10 speeds, so that's cool. Lindsay, Stuart, Pete should be dynamite at the top of the lineup, and then Leah and Henri should be a bunch of RBIs there in theory. Then, let's see. I don't even know for this part here. Yeah, sure, that's fine. Everybody's good in this lineup, so it doesn't matter too much what configuration I put them in. As far as the NL All-Stars, our 3 bench players here are Jane Davis from... I can't keep forgetting what team she's from. That's right, from the Toronto Blue Jays, who's had a decent but not amazing season and is not a great fielder. Petra Chekhov from the Orioles, who's a 9th round player, but had legit achievements, but still is very bad on defense, so I went ahead and subbed her off. As well as PJ Sharif, another unremarkable player who was a 9th rounder, stats inflated by power-ups, so it wasn't a hard decision to take him off. So I beefed up this team's defense, basically, to as good as it can get with his selections. Pretty strong outfield, especially Maxwell and Griffey. Debbie slightly weaker just for lower speed, but still no pushover. Parsons, Keisha Phillips, strong there. Zenon with his lower speed and Alicia with a not amazing arm might be a bit of a weak point here in this defense, and that is one thing about my subs, is it took Debbie Nagasawa off third, but oh well. Davey Marion, the pitcher. One note with this NL team is they had no strong pitchers, as we have seen already this week in a couple of attempts by the NL, but whatever. And then Peggy Heffernan, catching. I honestly have no idea how she'll do in that spot, so we'll see. Alicia also notably is boosted to 10 batting, so we'll expect to see some big impact there. Alright, let's hop right in. Let the fun begin. And Wendy Parsons leads off for the NL. I'm forgetting which team she's from right now. I think she's on the Chicago Cubs. And leads off with a long shot towards center. Pete is in the vicinity, but can't actually catch the ball. That's going to be a leadoff double by Parsons. Regardless of the range my center fielder has, it's always difficult to properly position those under here. Fielding controls for this game are not great. So 2 pitches, 1 on base now. And Sarah Maxwell is up to bat. Maxwell, I think, belongs to the Seattle Fishes, who, if I'm not mistaken, are currently leading the NL Central. Undoubtedly, Maxwell's been a big part of that success. Another fly ball into center. This time Pete is there, makes a catch. Windy goes for third, and the throws in are not on time. So now a runner on third with 1 out. Another outfield hit will be a run scored for the NL. Zenon Estrada now up. He plays on the Angels this season. I'm forgetting their adjective at the moment. I think the Mighty Angels. Angels have had a lot of issues with giving up runs on the player side, but they've been able to put out decent run output, and Zenon has been in the forefront of that. And arguably the best pure home run hitter of the game. I think the highest contact rating of any kid with a power rating of 100, if I'm correct. And so Zenon delivers on that tier. Effortlessly crushing one to left center field for a 2-run shot, and it is 2-0 NL. Good start for the AI team. Seems to have happened in just about every game. When you have this many hitters on a team, it's hard for the AI not to put some bombs out there. Ken Griffey Jr. is now up. Plays on the Mighty Wombats, where he actually plays shortstop this season. Another high power player with a 100 power rating. Somewhat lower contact, but certainly a danger. Swings and misses here for strike 2, though. Let's see if we can get things under control and get ourselves a turn to mix them in. Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Ken Griffey Jr. is out. 2 outs on the board, and Keisha Phillips from the Atlanta Royals. My team in the NL. Keisha hasn't been amazing this season, but she has been better than every other player on the team, and thus got the spot on here. And she's been solid, to her credit. She's batting over 600. Not exactly a lame player, just not super impressive. And a dangerous player here, but watches strike 3 go by as Leah Wayne gets her out, and that will retire the NL in the first inning. Going to the bottom of the first. 2-0 NL. Let's see what we can do here with all of this amazing speed we have. Davey Marion of the Baltimore Bombers is starting pitcher, and leading off for the AL is all-star from my own Super Duper Melonheads, Lindsay Felgate. And immediately hits one into center field, no man's land, easy leadoff double. Lindsay has been absolutely amazing for me this season, batting over 800, and she doesn't miss a beat here in the All-Star game. Next up, Stuart Sullivan from the Green Monsters. One of those few players with the extremely useful 100 speed rating. Has a poor bat to make up for it. Trade-off is worthwhile, I think. And, a pop-up grounder here, and it goes straight to Blakely at third. She is able to catch it for the first out. A bit unfortunate there. Stronger of a grounder than you'd normally expect from that guy, but oh well. Pete Whaler is now up. He plays for the Texas Rangers this season, where among other things, he is the glue holding that defense together, as I found when I played them back in Week 3. Pete, a perennial all-star, very good player all around. Although, I believe it is actually Lindsay who has the most career all-star appearances in this league, having made the team every single season that she's played. Davey's pitching already, getting wild, 3-1. He hasn't even hit 10 pitches yet this game. And, if he stops being able to pitch effectively, it's only going to go downhill from there. for the NL. Puts one in the strike zone there, and another one here. Pete's going to have to swing. Fouls one off. Full count. Fouls another one off. That one looked like a corner pitch. Was the 7th pitch of this at-bat. Pete is making Davey put in work here. Ooh, a questionable one. I think that would have been a hit. And Davey, I'm not sure whether he was going for first or just going to the end of the ball's trail, but in any case, does not pick up the ball there, and lets Pete get the first easily. That brings up Leah Wayne. Comes from the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, who are currently in first place in the AL East. The slightly less celebrated statistical clone of Jay Green, who is not in the All-Star game this season. Ball 2. 2-1 is the count. Hale's got 2 on, looking to start driving him in here with a big bomb by Leah. Fouls another one off, and it's 2-2. Better to get a garden variety base hit with line drive than to strike out with power. And I just strike out anyway, swing early, and that is a disappointing second out for the AL. 2 on, 2 out. Henri Deschênes from the San Diego Padres is now the hitter. Deschênes has been much more successful this season than his functional clone Julie Dunkel over at the NL. But he is a player I have struggled with in the past. Let's see what happens here. 1-1 is a count. Another strike. Davey has thrown 20 pitches in this inning, even though this is only the 5th batter of the inning. That one is high for ball 2. 2-2 is a count. And grounder by Henri. And once again, Davey going towards, I guess, what he seems is the end of the ball's path. That seems to be a flaw in his AI. Davey can be a devastating outfielder, but not so great at mound defense. That loads up the bases for Alex Rodriguez. He is the all-star from the San Francisco Giants. Fouls this one off. 0-1 count. Ooh, and a zigzag, and the excitement throws me off. I swing early. Gotta work on my timing here, or else this is gonna be a boring game. 0-2 the count. 1-2 now on a ball inside. All we need is a solid hit ball here that doesn't go straight to a fielder. And we'll be on the board. Nicely hit there. Looks like I carried a bit too much though. Whoever is playing left field is there, and she catches it. Maxwell is there. She catches it, no problem. AL strands 3 and fails to score in the first inning. Tough luck there. We'll need to try to recover in the rest of this game. 2-0 NL going into the second inning. Peggy Heffernan, the hitter, hailing from the Atlanta Braves. That boost is a fielding boost and not a batting or running boost, by the way. For those latecomers. Tries to bunt. Misses. 0-2 is the count. And takes strike 3. Heffernan goes down on strikes, and it is 1 out. With Davey Marion from the Baltimore Bombers. Bombers are currently, I believe, undefeated so far this season, leading the NL East. And they also hold the distinction of being the highest scoring team in the league at the halfway point. Davey Marion has been at the center of that push. One of the biggest stars, probably, of this game in this season. He has not been doing so well on the mound this game. And watch the strike 3 go by. Leah has been dominant on the mound so far, ever since giving up those initial 2 runs. 4 straight strikeouts, and Alicia Blakely is now up. Alicia is from the Crazy A's, who are currently leading the NL West. Fouls one off. 0-2 count after 2 pitches. I'm gonna try to get a quick and easy strikeout here. We succeed. Leah Wayne strikes out the side in the second inning. 5 strikeouts after just 2 innings. And we are going into the bottom of the second. NO leads 2-0. Fred Benson leading off, the all-star from the Milwaukee Cardinals. Fred does have a boost today. He's at 10 running instead of the usual 9. Could be useful. Goes for power. Unfortunately, doesn't quite work out here. Falls short. Nagasawa is able to handle it skillfully near the fence. 1 out. Jorge Garcia, the hitter, coming from the Minnesota Mariners, the other undefeated team in the league at this point, leading in the AL West. Jorge, it's a batting boost in play today, up to 10 hitting, I believe. Not sure what that entails, though, so I will stick to line drive. Not putting out any good hits yet. I think that's a me thing more than a player's thing. Jorge with a solid drive into center. Griffey cannot handle it on the bounce, but gonna have to hold with just 1 base. Single for Jorge, and that brings up Jennifer Goodfellow. Having to think for a moment which team Jennifer is from. And Peggy as a catcher is not great. Duly noted. Jorge steals second easily. Jennifer, that's right, is from the Crazy Hornets. Taking a look at the stats, not the most impressive performance on the team, but chosen by their replacement coach, M. Bless, as their star. He hasn't chatted a lot about the team's performance, so I don't really have any sort of insight into his thought process there. In any case, Jennifer is well known for being exclusively a bat. Grounds one down the first baseline here, running with all her might to first, and makes it. Successfully singles, and now there's runners on the corners. 1 out. And Lindsay is back up once again. Going for power here. Gonna try to knock in some runs. Jennifer on first, and Stuart Sullivan on deck. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to just swing for a base hit. And Lindsay crushes one to left. As usual, putting on a great performance in the All-Star game. 3-run shot by Lindsay Felgate, and AL is in the lead. Hopefully never going to look back. 382 feet on that one. Alright, we are on the board. Stuart Sullivan now up. 0 for 1 on a grounder pop-up to third in the first. Davey, I'm expecting not to last too much longer on the mound. He has to have been using up a fair amount of stamina with all the pitching he's done. Given up 3 runs already, more probably to come. Stewart fouls another one off, having trouble making good contact here tonight, and I looked too much at the swing spot for that one, didn't react in time. That was in the strike zone, folks, so Stewart strikes out looking, and it is 2 outs. Pete Wheeler. Low for ball 1. 1-0 is a count. And just like that, Davey Marion is off the mound. Sarah Maxwell now up to pitch. It might be interesting for the field depending on how much stamina Davey had remaining. Pete with a long pop-up to right, but it is not long enough. Davey catches it, and that is the 3rd out. AL is done in the 2nd inning. After 2, it's 3 runs to 2. If Davey has enough stamina left, he could be quite effective in left field, but if he's drained, then that could be a weakness for sure. Debbie Nagasawa leading off the 3rd for the NL. I am struggling to remember what team she is from. I think she's from the Expos, the Tampa Bay Expos. Someone correct me if I'm wrong on that. Grounds one down the 3rd baseline. Jennifer gets it, tosses it to first, but not on time. Single for Debbie to lead off the inning. And that brings up Wendy Parsons. We are back at the start of the lineup. Still can't remember which team... Oh, wait, no, yes, I do. I did know which team it was on. Alright. Debbie steals second base, not trying to contend. I maybe should have thought a bit more about my catcher and chosen one who'd be better at getting out runner stealing, but honestly, this team isn't really full of laser arms, so I think I'm fine with my choice. I'm not sure anybody could have done to route. Maybe A-Rod, but... Oh well. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 0-2 the count on Parsons. Considering bringing out the big guns, but Leah is not great at any of the power pitches here. Goes for a good old smoker instead and gets her swinging. 6th strikeout on the game for Leah Wayne, and there is 1 out. For the NL, Sarah Maxwell, now the hitter, had just come on to the pitcher's mound. Take strike 1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And burns one in, and Maxwell pops it up. Okay, this could be dicey. Nope, Leah is getting out of the way. Lindsay is able to make the catch for the 2nd out. That is always going to be dropped by the catcher if it's hit by you and it's AI catcher, but it's usually pretty easy to catch if it's AI hitting and you're the catcher. The exception being if the pitcher comes and bonks into your player. Zenon Estrada is now the hitter. He has already hit 1 home run in this game, and there's not really much I can do to stop him from hitting another one if the game decides he's going to. Just hope. And got him! Swing and a miss for strike 3, and Zenon is down on strikes. Leah Wayne's 7th strikeout in just 3 innings, and we're going into the bottom of the 3rd. AL is up 3-2. Looking to blow this game wide open. Leah Wayne leading off, struck out in the 1st. Maxwell could be a problem with mound defense, especially if she's more aggressive than Davey. Not going to be any pushover in that regard, that's for sure. Good speed, fantastic arm. Pitches that one high, though, for ball 1. 1-2 is a count. Good plate discipline from Leah. Fouls one off to keep the at-bat going. Still 1-2. I meant to swap to close there. Instead, accidentally stuck on squared. Easy pop out. 1 out. AL still having some trouble getting things going. I'm going to go for the grounder strategy with Henri. We'll see how that goes. His single was on the grounder earlier this game. Sarah pitching it inside. Not going to give me an easy time with this, it seems. That one is too far inside for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Looking for a grounder up the 3rd baseline. And gets one. Nicely bouncing. Alicia manages to deflect it into the infield, but too late to make much of a difference. Easy single for Henri. Brings up A-Rod, who flew out with the bases loaded to end the inning in the 1st. Let's see if he can do better this time. 1 on, 1 out. Takes ball 1, easy steal of 2nd for Henri. Even with the fielding boost, Heffernan not much of a catcher. I'm not sure who was the catcher for the NL before I changed around the roster, actually. Takes strike 1, as Henri steals 3rd. But in any case, I do think this team has benefited a lot from get the roster swaps I made, getting rid of those weaker defenders. Right. 2-1. Fly ball to left. That is going. That is gone. Casual line drive home run by Alex Rodriguez makes it 5-2 AL. Again, I think Davey must have low aggression or something, because he just keeps not going for these balls, and that has been to this team's detriment so far. Obviously, it doesn't make a difference this time, but if it had been in, that would have made it an easy hit. Alright, 5-2. Fred Benson is up. Take strike one. And hits a hard bouncer. That will be an easy single as long as it doesn't bounce foul, which it does not. Single for Fred Benson. Jorge Garcia, the hitter. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the chat now. It was not scrolling for me. Low for ball one. Easy steal of second by Fred. And take strike one so that Fred can swipe third base. Free steals all around this game. Maybe not the most dynamic ever in that regard. Lots of free steals in general, I think. I saw in play through the NL All-Star game. Leah Wayne started as a catcher, but then had a high chance to be subbed in as pitcher, which would have put Tim Hudson behind the plate, which would not have gone so well. Anyway, single for Jorge with an RBI. It is now 6-2 AL. Jennifer Goodfellow is a hitter. Swing early for strike one. Jorge steals second. He is not going to go for third. If they play it well, then they will get me on that. Anyway, Jennifer 1 for 1 with a single, nicely hustling out. Oh my goodness. Sarah with these off-speed heats messing up my timing as I once again swing early. It is now 0-2. Nearly does the same thing again. This time, though, Jennifer got the hang of it, and that is a no-doubter. Home run into the stratosphere for Jennifer Goodfellow. Nobody's ever seeing that baseball again, and it is 8-2 AL. This is our breakout inning indeed. 616 feet. Very good. Probably going to be the longest of this game. And overall, the third home run so far by the AL. Lindsay Felgate's now up 2 for 2 with a home run to second base, making a strong case for All-Star Game MVP. She was my All-Star MVP in both seasons 5 and 6, looking to make it 3 times in 4 seasons. Quite possibly the only reason she wasn't last season was because she was in a different league than mine. Debbie Nagasawa is now pitching. That puts Maxwell in right field. Debbie, I have no idea how she is as a pitcher, but I'm going to guess mediocre at best. Gets Lindsay to foul off twice. Ooh, and a scary pitch there. Whew. Barely called ball 2. 2-2 is the count on Lindsay Felgate. No chances of that one. That is hit well, but not well enough. Sarah is there and catches it for the second out. Bringing up Stuart Sullivan, who's had a pop-out and a strikeout so far. Has not succeeded at his normal strategy of put the ball on the ground and run. There we go, that's better. That will be an easy single. Almost at the bag before anyone even gets a hand on the ball. Runner on second, run first then with 2 outs, soon to be a runner on third. Pete Wheeler, the hitter, with a single and a fly out. I could probably just go full grounder ball cheese with this team at this point, but where's the fun in that, really? Strike 1 in the corner. And ball 1 low. Peggy not even trying to throw the stealing runners out at this point. And perhaps shouldn't have swung at that one. In any case, hit into foul territory. 1-2 the count on Pete. And smacks one to left center. Griffey going back. He's knocking. That is over the fence, baby. Pete Wheeler home run. 10-2 AL. 376 feet there. The bats have really come alive here, folks. 4th home run so far this game. Like I said at the start of the stream, the All-Star game often turns into something that looks more like a home run derby. This one is no exception. And we have 2 of the highest power players on the team coming up next. Let's see what they can contribute. Leah Wayne first. Has not had success yet. I've struggled similarly with her clone Jay Green this season, although he's done decently. Not a lot of home runs, though. Leah fouls off the first pitch, 0-1. And fouls off another, 0-2. Gonna go for getting on base now. Not so great pitches for strikes 1 and 2 is definitely a reason she hasn't hit any home runs yet. And hits one, straight to the pitcher. Debbie drops it and takes a while to respond, giving Leah the time she needs to make it to first safely. Runner on, then with 2 outs for Henri. He's been doing grounders so far this game. Is 2 for 2 with 2 singles as a result. Gonna go for something a little more flashy this time. Looked like a perfect opportunity. Unfortunately, it went foul. Timing off, I think. And strike. As Leah steals second. With no trouble. 0-2 now on Henri. Once again, Leah and Henri have suffered from not amazing pitches in their early swings, so they are the sort of players who I will swap to line drive with 2 strikes on. Better to just get a regular base hit than to potentially strike out. And it's one into center field. Unfortunately, a lanky hit that Ken Griffey Jr. is easily able to get to, and that will bring an end to the 3rd inning for the AL. Still, was a very successful 3rd inning. We stuck 7 more runs on the board, courtesy of 4 more home runs. It is 10-2 as we head to the NL's next turn. Ken Griffey Jr. is a hitter. Struck out his first at bat. We shall see if the same fate awaits him here. Leah has been merciless on the mound after Zenon hit a 2-run home run off of her early in the game. Ken's able to get a piece of that one, though. Line drive into center field. That will be a single to start the inning. Keisha Phillips, a hitter. She struck out her first at bat. But also is able to put the bat on the ball. Well hit. I don't think that's quite over the fence, but going to be close. Pete gets it on the bounce, as it turns out. Keisha having to retreat towards first as she realizes that Ken was not going as fast as her. Could have been caught by Pete. Wasn't quite in the right place, unfortunately, so instead it is simply a single. 2 on. Nobody out. Peggy Heffernan, the hitter. This could get dicey. Take strike 1. 0-1 is a count. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Bringing out the big guns here. Fireball there. Peggy tries to square up to hit it, but cannot react in time. And that is the first out. Davey Marion now the hitter. Just can't get a break with his squad. And smacks one. That is going to be gone. 3-run shot by Davey Marion. And that will make it 10-5. AL. Nice thing about this being an exhibition game, and in any other game this would be incredibly frustrating, but here, it's fine, I can brush it off. Doesn't matter at all. 405 home run, Repub would be proud of his star player. That brings up Alicia Blakely. Alright, Leah has lost control, once again, of this game. But maybe with the base cleared, she'll start doing better. Alicia hits one up the third baseline. That's going to be an uncontested single. Not exactly fully in control again yet. Let's just keep coming. Debbie Nagasawa up next. All-Star game is a shootout for sure. And that was smacked by Debbie. I don't think that's going over the fence. Pete drops it, Fred drops it, but then catches it as it falls. A double drop, but ultimately it does not hit the ground. Second out. And Wendy Parsons again. Is 1 for 2 today with a double, so certainly can't brush her off, but compared to most of these players, she's not quite so intimidating. I say, as she smacks one, that's gonna be gone, folks, and that is why you do not diss an all-star. 2-run shot by Wendy Parsons. It is now 10-7 AL. The National League strikes back. .398 for the bomb. Which brings up Sarah Maxwell, and... Alright, AL is calling timeout, taking a look at our other pitching options. Henri, Lindsay. Going ahead and taking Leah off the mound because she is simply not getting it done. Gonna see what a fresh face on the mound can do. Henri Deschênes. I do not know how this kid pitches. We'll see. Get Sarah to ground out easily with the first pitch, so can't be too bad. And so that will retire the NL in the fourth, but not before they were able to put out 5 more runs. Let's see how much the AL can do in return. Alex Rodriguez is up 1 for 2 today with a 2-run home run. I don't think of A-Rod normally as a power hitter, but both he and his clone have hit home runs in this game. Unboosted, so. Who knows? Fouls went off. 1-1. And smacks one to center field. Another one. Destroy over the scoreboard. And that's A-Rod's second home run this game. Solo shot this time, blasted to deep center. And that'll make it 11-7. Oh, I think you can sort of see the distance behind the scoreboard. It shows up in like white on black at the end. I think that's 328 feet. Anyway, yeah, like I was saying, normally I don't think of A-Rod as a power hitter, but I have been being proven wrong on that tonight. Fred Benson now up 1 for 2 with single. Definitely on the AL's home run bucket list. Him, as well as Leah and Henri, are players you would expect to get home runs in this game. Hits one up towards first instead. Keisha grabs it, but Fred is able to beat her out to the bag. That speed boost coming in handy here. He is on base. 1 on, no out. Jorge Garcia is now up. Jorge has been hitting solidly, and he is boosted to 10 batting this game, so we're going to see if we can add him to the home runs list. Take strike 1, though, so that Fred can swipe second base. Back at this again. Oh, 0-1 the count on Garcia. It's going to be 1-1 with a low ball 1. Red steals third, as expected. AL is currently up by 4. Let's see how much we can expand on that lead. And power experiment doesn't go so well as Jorge just hits a linky pop-up. Peggy didn't even get under it. Did the 1-hop instead and flubbed that, so easy single or on base on an error as you wish to score it. Means that we have runners on the corners, nobody out. Jennifer Goodfellow is up 2 for 2 so far with a home run and a single. The All-Star MVP spot is currently still up for grabs. A-Rod probably the leader now. But Jennifer would certainly get in the front-running position with another home run here. One in those account. 2 on. None out. And that is destroyed. No question about that. Second home run this game for Jennifer Goodfellow. It is now 14-7 AL, and Jennifer is in the pole position for the All-Star Game MVP. I have not really used Jennifer before. She was fun. She's sort of like Fabian Callahan, except left-handed. Probably more consistent at hitting about too. Alright. But it continues. Lindsay Felgate. Now the hitter. Was the early front-runner for All-Star Game MVP, but needs to have other players fall off and do really well herself in order to get back in that. Keisha Phillips is now on the mound. That puts Nagasawa at first. With Keisha on the mound, I better hope we don't get any line drives up the middle. Ball 1. 1-1 the count. Lindsay fouls them off. 1-2 the count. NL is not putting up much of a fight at this point on defense, but maybe I just need to hit the ball a bit differently for them to. Ground ball towards short, and the throw goes wild. Out of play. It was a single already for Lindsay, but she's getting some extra bases off of that. Makes it to second. And will shortly steal third as well. Overthrow coming from... Who is the shortstop on this NL team? I forgot. Overthrow coming from Wendy Parsons, actually. Mellow math teacher would not be happy to hear about that. Stuart Sullivan is now up. Has been going for his trademark grounder and run strategy this game with mixed success. Only 1 for 3 so far. Mostly thanks to a lot of foul balls like that. Well, partially, I should say. That one's going to be high, which gives Lindsay the opportunity to grab third base. Two and 1 the count on Stewart. A walk is perfectly fine. Stewart's normal strategy is to go for the swinging walk, so 3-1 now, and goes for the swinging walk instead. Going to be an easy single. I do not know what in the world Peggy is doing there. Runs halfway up the third base line for no discernible reason. 2 on, nobody out. Once again, this time it's Pete Wheeler up to bat. He has a home run today as well as a single. And takes ball 1 inside. Keisha not being very effective on the mound. I think the NL has exhausted its supply of half-decent pitchers. Puts one in the strike zone there. 1-1 the count. And Pete smacks one to center field. Wendy going back, however, drops it. No play there. Zenon throwing it to home where Lindsay is going, but it bounces off center. Peggy lets it get past, and that's another out of play, folks. So, get on base off an error. Another error extends it into 2 bases. We once again have 2 on, nobody out. Leah Wayne the hitter this time. Leah, one of the players who most stands out as being strange that she hasn't hit a home run yet. And that's not going to be one. Very long, very high ball. Goes deep, but not deep enough. Griffey Jr. catches it. Stewart does score on the play, so a sacrifice fly by Leah Wayne. It is now 16-7. AL. Henri Deschamps, the hitter. who's tried once for a big hit. Or twice for a big hit, I guess. Once was a little hit that got him on base, the other was nothing. And once with a little grounder that successfully got him on base, if not being the most exciting play. Ball 2. This time might be a walk, which would be similarly unexciting but effective. Swing and a miss for strike 1. That was actually low. Would have been ball 3 otherwise, so much for that. Swing and a miss. That one was in the strike zone, but not where it could be easily hit. 2-2 the count. On dish in. Fouls one off. Still 2-2. I can't even remember it. Alex Rodriguez is on deck. Henry fouls another one off. Still 2-2. Keisha's stamina going down the drain here with a lot of fouled off fastballs. And this one is in fair territory. Goes to Zenon at second. Bounces past him, actually. Easy single for Deschênes. Pete Wheeler scores 17-7. The fourth inning continues. Alex Rodriguez now up 2 for 3 with 2 home runs, including a shot over the scoreboard in center. Has been flexing his power muscle, so to speak. And hits another big one to center. That's not going to be a home run, but it's going to be an easy base hit. Griffey finally gets it, but it's an easy double for Rodriguez and an easy score for Henry. Keisha, clearly tired out there on the mound. Moving quite slowly, this team's defense has fallen apart pretty badly. That brings up Fred Benson, who is overdue for a home run. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles, thanks partly to his speed boost he's enjoying today. Takes ball 1. Keisha is coming off the mound sometime very soon. And I'm going to guess King Griffey Jr. will be the next pitcher. Maybe Zenon. I think Zenon has tired himself out more, though, so. And other than that, there's just, other than those two, there is Wendy, who's really bad at pitching, and then Alicia and Peggy, who I think are both pretty tired by now. 3-0 the count on Benson, and that's going to be a 4-pitch walk. Keisha can no longer even put the ball in the strike zone here. 2 on, 1 out. And the hitter next is Jorge Garcia. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Gonna go for Big Bomb here with his batting boost. Let's see, I'm losing viewers. And that is in the dirt for ball 1. Well, in order to get a Big Bomb, he's gonna need to get one in the strike zone, first off. Keisha is not providing that. On deck is Jennifer Goodfellow, so good chance for quite a few more RBI for her. Way outside for ball 2. In the strike zone, but fouled off. 2-1 the count. And that is just barely in. 2-2 now. Swap into line drive swing. And he busts out a line drive there for sure. Unfortunately, it's straight to Sarah Maxwell, who is able to make the catch. Tries to throw it in, but Wendy is not at her post. Easy for Fred to swipe third and A-Rod to score. So sacrifice fly officially for Jorge. 19-7 AL now. Jennifer Goodfellow now up. 3 for 3. A single and 2 big bombs. Let's see if she can make that 3 big bombs. I think that wasn't a good one to swing at. Jennifer fouls it off. And Alicia Blakely now coming on to pitch. Interesting. Not what I expected necessarily. And serves up another big bomb to Jennifer. Is it going to go out? A bit of question. It does. Not by a lot, but third home run of the game by Jennifer Goodfellow. Continuing to rake in the runs with a 2-run shot here. It is now 21-7 in favor of the AL. 355-foot bomb only. We will see just how high we can push this game. Only scored 3 runs in the first 2 innings, but then 7 in the third and 11 so far in the fourth. And we have 1 more inning still to put on the hurting. As we've been seeing, the NL's defense has been slowly collapsing. Especially now as a bunch of them are tired out as well. 1-1 is a count on Lindsay. Swings at that one, knocks one nicely down the line, but just foul. Otherwise, that would have been another home run. 1-2. That one is in fair territory. Is it going to go over, though? Yes, it is. Solo shot for Lindsay Felgate, her second home run of the game. That makes it 22-7 AL. Alright, that brings up Stuart Sullivan. I am running out of things to comment about this game as it continues to go on. We're not even in the 5th inning yet. Stuart with another swing and run. Beats the first baseman to the bag. And that brings up Pete Wheeler once more. Pete, interestingly enough, you can see here, is a triple for the cycle. So let's see if he can get that this at bat. One deep to left center, I think, could get the job done. Maybe. Parks Department number 2 is not the easiest field to triple at, especially when you have as potent of an outfield as the NL has, but I'm not sure how much stamina Davey Marion has recovered. Pete fouls this one off. 0-2 the count. I could wait to steal second and third, but that is honestly unnecessary at this point. And hits one towards that direction. But it's actually fielded properly here. Straight to Zenon, who gets it into first, where it is caught for the out. And so that finally puts an end to the bloodletting. In the 4th inning, final tally is 12 more runs for the AL, with 1 more chance to rack up even more. Let's see how the NL can respond here. Zenon Estrada is the hitter. 1 for 2 with a home run that drove in the first 2 runs for the NL, and here he comes with another one, folks. Got that slow ball just a bit too far into the strike zone, and that is gone without a second thought. 22-8. 462 feet this time. Zenon is a very good hitter. It will be very fun to see what the final home run tally is for this game. Ken Griffey Jr., the hitter. I'm hoping the schedule was made correctly for this file. So what in the world? Ken Griffey bunts for some strange reason. Easy first out. I'll take it. Bringing up Keisha Phillips. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm hoping the file was made properly here so that there's not a duplicate game for either team in the schedule, and we get the stats properly. Keisha also bunts, so suddenly the NL is just going full on throw the game here, I guess. Peggy Heffernan now up. Maybe she can get something good on the plate here to make up a bit for the horrible day she's been having behind it. Nothing so far. She's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, despite, I believe, having a batting boost this game. Puts a bat on the ball to foul it off. 0-2. We'll go for it. Pops this one up. That's going to be a pop fly, actually, towards center field. Pete is in the neighborhood, not quite there. And gets it on the 1-hop. Peggy is only halfway to first base, though, completely exhausted from all those attempts she's made to do something about all runners stealing base, so still out at first. Poor Peggy. And that brings it into the top of the fifth, going into the bottom. Last hurrah for the AL. We will see how many more runs we can tack on the score. Currently is 22-8. Leah Wayne leads off, only 1 for 4 today, not having the best all-star game. Also gave up 7 runs from the mound. I don't know what it is with me and the superstars, that I have so much trouble harnessing them effectively, but Leah certainly has been suffering from that this game. 0-1 is the count as she takes strike 1 and then strike 2 on a nasty corner pitch. 0-2, Alicia is coming out strong to start the inning. There we go, nicely hit there, and that is going to be the Leah Wayne home run we've been looking for. Not the most impressive one ever, but it gets the job done. Score is now 23-8. 321 feet. Possibly the shortest one we've had this game, in fact. It was a line drive home run, though, so don't expect those to necessarily go quite as far. We'd currently be sitting, if this was a league game, at a plus 19, thanks to the multiplier. Henri Deschênes, the hitter, gonna go for a home run here, because I want to give every power hitter on this team a home run if possible. Everybody except Stuart, who's 100% not going to hit a home run. It is Henri and Fred who have yet to do that. Henri fouls 2 off, so he is not going to accomplish that this at bat either. Swap into grounder, going just to get on base. Another foul ball. Still 0-2. And a pop-up with a grounder swing. Zenon was playing back, though, which gives Henri plenty of time to reach first in time. 1 on, nobody out. Alex Rodriguez, the hitter, has 2 home runs and a double on the board. He can get another bomb here, and Jennifer can falter for the first time all game, then he might have a shot at the MVP. Although we'd also have to get past Lindsay. Ball 1. I think it is A-Rod, Jennifer, and Lindsay in the running at this point for the All-Star Game MVP, but it is Jennifer's race to lose. 0-2 now. Iggy does not even try to throw it out at third, but she probably loses even more stamina just from throwing the ball back to the mound. And a big bomb from Alex. Is that going to be a third home run for him? It is! Home run for Alex Rodriguez, who's just tearing it up today. 342-foot shot this time, and that makes it 25-8. On tonight's edition of Home Run Derby, the baseball game. Alright, Fred Benson up, one of my hitters who still has yet to get a home run. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a walk. Let's see if we can get a good one to go yard on this time. Evidently that wasn't it. Grounded toward second, he's still able to make it easily though. Running boost has served him decently this game. I think it did make the difference in one of his at-bats, actually. Jorge Garcia now up, has been using his batting boost decently, but no huge shots. Still 3 for 4 with 3 singles. He's going to go for his own big bomb. And looks like it's time for pitcher roulette at this point. Just AI keeps swapping out whoever it feels can fit the bill best. I'm a bit surprised Griffey hasn't come on the mound yet. In any case, Keisha Phillips is back, which puts Alicia Blakely back at third. King Griffey and Zenon Estrada and Peggy Heffernan still have yet to take a turn on the mound. Peggy obviously is not going to at any point. And swung at the wrong pitch at the wrong time. That is going to be a pop-out for Jorge. 1 down. Jennifer Goodfellow is now the hitter. Front runner for the All-Star Game MVP, but not if she doesn't get another big bomb this at bat. 4 for 4 with 3 home runs and a single. Swings and misses at the first pitch here. Oh, and 1 is a count. And hits that one opposite field or whatever, away from the shift. However, it is not to the right place. Keisha actually runs from the mound to catch it, and there are 2 outs on a pop out by Goodfellow. Alright, Lindsay Felgate up. It's time for her to make her bid for All-Star Game MVP. She is 4 for 5 with 2 home runs and 2 doubles. Let's see what she can do this time. Wendy Parsons is now on the mound. Good move for the NL as it puts Keisha Phillips at shortstop. Runner on third with 2 outs for Lindsay. And blasts one towards left center. I believe that is gone. It is gone. 2-run shot for Lindsay Felgate. Continuing to deliver, and it is now 27-8 AL. How much farther can we go before we get that last out? Can we go all the way to 50? Probably not. But we'll see. Stuart Sullivan now up. Had a rough start to the All-Star game, but the past 3 at-bats have been very successful for his put it on the ground and run strategy. Not going to try it on that pitch, though. Ideally hit it farther away from first base, not closer. And that is placed perfectly for the act. Closest they've come yet to getting him on that, but not close enough. Single for Stewart. Pete Wheeler is now the hitter. 3 for 5. He is a triple shy of the cycle. And take the first pitch so that Stewart can grab second base, which means any solid hit by Pete is probably going to score Mr. Sullivan. 0-1 is a count. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out until the AL is done scoring for this game. Hits it straight to the mound. Windy expects to play at first, but whoever is covering first, I think Debbie Nagasawa right now, is not able to get to the bag in time. Might have had a play at third, actually, with Stewart, but didn't go for it. Leah Wayne is now up 2 for 5 only with a home run and a single. I believe she has the most outs of anybody on the team. Let's see if she can make up for that here. Stewart going for home on the throw to third, and makes it successfully. 28-8. Ball 2 on Leah Wayne. Runner on third with 2 outs. Henri Deschênes is the hitter on deck. Would love to give him one more chance to go yard. Ooh, pop-up for Leah. Not promising. Keisha is there. Nobody's going to bonk into her. Probably going to be the third out here. No, she drops it. And then drops it again. So double error by Keisha Phillips, and the inning continues. Leah gets on double via error. Scoring Pete Wheeler, it's now 29-8. The inning will continue. Yes, the instant replay screen has trouble when it's asked to give replays of itself. Henri Deschênes is now the hitter. 4 for 5 with 4 singles. And there's the home run we've been looking for him. No doubter on that one. 2-run shot by Henri. It is now 31-8 AL. We'll see if I can put up the highest All-Star Game score of the week. I believe I have beaten out now the mark set by Crazy Yates earlier this evening. I think he got 25-5. So even if the NL puts up a couple more runs, I should be able to beat that. Question is, will somebody else come along later and put up an even higher score? I don't know. Alex Rodriguez now up. Perhaps the biggest surprise of the game with 3 home runs as well as a double. Fouls him off. And here comes Ken Griffey Jr. to pitch. That leaves Zenon Estrada and Peggy Heffernan as the only 2 players to not have been on the mound for the NL this game. A-Rod fouls another one off. 0-2. Oh, and he gets me. I don't have the reaction time. Realized as I was swinging that it was too far inside, but oh well. A-Rod goes down on strikes, and the AL is finally done scoring, tacking on 9 more runs in the 5th for a final run total of 35 with only 4 left on base. The question is, what will be the final score? Will the NL put any more runs up? Davey Merriam, their first one to try. And I forget I am using a pitcher that does not throw good right hooks. Davey takes full advantage, smacks one into left, Fred going for it, but not able to make the catch. That's going to be a single for Davey. To lead off the 6th, NL going for a rally. It would take a true miracle for them to actually catch up to my score, but they might be able to push my run differential below the best for the week. Alicia Blakely up. Hits a sharp one towards second off the first pitch, but A-Rod is there. To second, to first, and that is a double play, folks. Well executed as this team's middle infield finally gets a chance to shine. A well-deserved instant replay there on the board. And there are now 2 outs. Debbie Nagasawa, the last hope for the National League All-Stars. Take strike 1. Henry can throw a left hook. Not a right hook. Take strike 2. 0-2 the count. NL down to their last strike. And puts the bat on the ball. Grounder towards third. Jennifer has it. Thrown to first. Jorge grabs it. Touches the bag. And that is it, folks. Getting the instant replay for that play. Close play, but we got the out. And that will be it for this game. Final score for this version of the All-Star Game, American League 31, National League 8. If this was a league game, then with the multiplier factored in, that would be a plus 29. Not bad at all. Let's take a look at the stats from this game, because that'll be nice and fun. Final home run tally, actually only 12. I was expecting more. It felt like more. But no, only 12 home runs. Of note, Lindsay Felgate, Alex Rodriguez, and Jennifer Goodfellow each hit 3 and batted in at least 6 runs. It was a big shootout between the 3 of them this game. But ultimately, I think I do, for All-Star Game MVP, have to give this one, once again, for the 3rd time in 4 seasons, to Lindsay Felgate, because she got the most done outside of those home runs with 2 doubles, compared to 1 for A-Rod and a single for Jennifer. Only 1 less RBI than Jennifer. I mean, hard to tell. Stole 25 bases across the game. Fred led the team with 7, followed by Stuart with 5. Everybody got at least 3 hits on the game. Least successful player was Leah Wayne with 3 outs. Every player, though, did get out at least once. Nobody was perfect this game. Drew 1 walk off of the struggling pitcher here. Struck out 3 times, including with Alex to end the inning to end the final inning in a rather stupid move. And no triples on the game. Pitching-wise, Leah Wayne started the game, but gave up 7 runs allowed, so it can't be called a truly dominant performance. She did strike out 8, though, in only 3 innings. 3 and 2/3. Henri Deschênes then did a good job of mop-up, giving up only 2 hits and a run, and otherwise shutting down the team. Also take a quick look at how the NL All-Stars did. They actually hit only 4 home runs, so the total then for the game is 16 home runs. Pretty good total in any case. Those put up 4 of their 10 runs and were probably responsible for most of the RBIs. Alright, and that is then it for this season's All-Star Game. It was a lot of fun. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you next week as we get back into the regular season.